If I was to ask you what the biggest misconception about the home buying process is, what would you say? Hi, this is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team at eXp Realty. And I actually did have that conversation with a lending partner of mine in this past week. And it was kind of interesting. I was just kind of picking his brain a little bit, to be honest with you. And that was my question to him and said, I said, what is it about potential home buyers or new home buyers that you speak to surprises you the most? Or what is the biggest misconception they have coming in about the process? I got to be honest, I thought the answer was going to be my credit score isn't good enough. How do I boost my credit? Or I don't have enough down payment in order to buy a home. Or a lack of understanding of the number of loan programs that are available. But it wasn't any of those, to be honest with you. The or should I say it's a combination of all of those? Because his answer to me was, hey, most people don't think that homes are affordable. Um, and that in and amongst itself and the way he framed it was not exactly what I was expecting. So in past weeks, we've spent some time and we've talked a little bit about affordability. And so, with that in mind, I wanted to touch on it again today, but just in a little bit more detail. As we've said, affordability is actually made up of three different factors. One is home prices, two is wages, and how much money you make, or wage growth, and part three is interest rates. The third part of that is interest rates. And quite often, we all focus in on just one of the areas. Now, it's no surprise to anyone that the real estate market's been pretty strong over the last several years, many years now, and home prices have gone up. But the economy's also been strong as well. And as a result of that, wages have gone up. According to all of the latest surveys I've seen, wages have gone up as well. But then there's interest rates. So what factor do those interest rates actually play when you combine all three together? Well, here's the interesting thing. The survey on median family income shows that it's gone up on average about 5% over the last year. And you might be saying, well, that's fantastic. But home prices in my area have gone up 10% over the past year. So I'm still falling further behind. Not necessarily. That may be true, but not necessarily. And here's why I say that. When you go back a year, we had the government shutdown, the stock market had hit a little bit of a slump, and mortgage rates started to spike. And so when you go back a year, all of those things led to recession talk. Here's what's going on. And I'm not going to go into detail on that this week, as we covered that in the last couple of weeks. But as you know, interest rates didn't keep going up. They did level off and they came back down. And now they are actually at historic lows. So what exactly does that mean? And what does it mean for you if you are thinking of buying a home? Well, let's look at it in this way. So home prices in your area have gone up. But if a home has gone up in value, let's say $48,000. Let's say the home that you're looking at is $48,000 more expensive this year than it was a year ago. The principal and interest payment is actually the same, identical. It hasn't gone up. The amount of money it will cost you monthly to buy that house is actually no different a year later because of interest rates, because of how much interest rates have fallen over the past year. When you factor everything into account, that actually results in a 16% increase in buying power compared to what you would have had a year ago. Now, as I said at the beginning of this, I thought it was going to be more on loan programs and down payment assistance or credit scores. All of those things are important. But buying a home, if that's what you want to do, may be more within reach than you actually thought was possible. So I just wanted to share that with you today on what an impact interest rates do have. And if buying a home is something that you've been considered, reach out to a lender. There's absolutely no obligation, at least not with any of the ones that I speak to. There's not going to be any fees involved. You can just have a conversation and run through your current situation in order to see if homeownership is in your future, if it is more affordable than you actually think it might be. And if you need a referral to a good solid lending partner, reach out. I'm always happy to let you know who it is that me and my team have worked with in the past that give great service. In the meantime, if you have any other questions about the market or your situation that you would like to talk through, please reach out. I'm always happy to share any insights I may have and give you the information necessary to make the best decision for you and your family.